Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to True Reflections, the podcast where I give a different insight on various subjects as it relates to relationships, both romantic and platonic, and more, to invoke self-reflections. I'm your host, Cheyenne Angel, and let's get started. So, today, I want to talk about friend zone. I want to share my views on friend zoning. So I have a question for you guys. Do you realize that women are not the only ones that friend zone people? You never thought about it, huh? Well, let's talk about it. Friend zoning, what is it? And how do we know when we're stuck in a friend zone? For men, it's more obvious. For women, not so much. Friend zoning is basically when one person shares the desire of wanting to be more than friends with the other person, and the other person, not so much. The feelings are not mutual, they're not reciprocated. So basically, it's kind of like a one-sided situation, thus placing you in the friend zone. However, for women, the signs of being placed in the friend zone is not so obvious. Why do I say that? Well, if you stop and think about it, it's really more obvious than we realize. When women are being placed in the friend zone, we basically delude ourselves. Yes, many of us, when we are being placed in the friend zone, without realizing it, we delude ourselves. How do we delude ourselves? Well, I'll tell you how. Usually, when a guy and a female are friends, and even though the male may like you, they may like you as a person, they may like you as a friend, they may like certain qualities about you as their female friend, but they don't technically have any romantic attraction towards you whilst being your friend. And usually a man will let you know. They won't say, well, hey, I don't like you like that. They will usually say more along the terms like, I'm not looking for anything serious right now, or I'm not ready for a relationship. Now, usually when they say that, the with you part is usually silent. It usually is. But when men vocalize their feelings of not wanting to be in a relationship right now, women, we delude ourselves by taking that as a challenge. We take that as a challenge by thinking that somehow, some way, we can change these men. We can change their minds. And usually, by thinking we can change their minds, women, we tend to give him more of ourselves. What do I mean when I say give him more than of ourselves? Well, basically, we feel like, okay, I'm going to be the best version of a woman that he has ever seen. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you cannot give a person more of something that they never had an appreciation for. Because the thing is, if you are not the person, ladies, listen carefully, because sometimes we willingly put ourselves in situations that we have no business being in. We will willingly put ourselves in the crossfires of getting hurt by not taking these men by their words. Okay? If you are not the woman that he seeks to be in a relationship with, nothing in the world that you do will be appreciated. You understand? And as women, if we can take our pride and our ego out of it for just a second and think logically, you will realize what I'm saying makes sense. Look at it this way. When the guy that we do not like, when the guy that we do not like, when they are the ones applying pressure, we get annoyed. We get irritated. When the guy that we do not like is the very same guy that is doing everything that we wish or that we want the guy that we do like to do, we get annoyed. Don't we? Be real with yourself for a second. This is not about being a pick-me or whatever. I'm asking you, women, to please be real and be realistic. Just for a split second. Think logically. Because again, this is true reflections. And everything that I say, every topic, every segment that I discuss or talk about is to invoke self-reflection. And by posing these questions, you stop and think. When Jamal is the guy that you do not like, but Jamal is applying pressure, Jamal is calling you in the morning to making sure that you have a good day. He's checking on you periodically. He's doing all of the things that you wish Michael did. Because Michael is the one that you want. But Michael is doing the bare minimum. We get annoyed at Jamal because all of the work, the effort, and the energy that Jamal is pouring into us irritates us and it annoys us because Michael is not doing the things that Jamal is doing when Michael is the one that we really want. So imagine for men, you know the difference between men and women when it comes to friend zoning? The difference is men have no quims. They have no issues. They have no problem with sleeping with their female friends. It's as easy and as simple as that. See, when men friend zone women, they have no issues taking you to bed. When women friend zone a guy, we let it be known. We are very vocal about it. We let it be known that, hey, I don't like you like that. You are just my friend. When women friend zone men, we're not trying to give no mixed signals. We're not trying to entertain the foolishness. We're not encouraging them in nothing that they do because they are simply our friends. Nothing more, nothing less, because we have no desires, we have no romantic interest in them. But when men place a female friend in the friend zone, they don't have no problems taking whatever you are willing to offer. It's as easy and as simple as that. So basically, in a nutshell, when men place women in the friend zone, it becomes a situationship. That's all situationships are. Situationships are basically when men place women that they have no intent of getting into a serious relationship with. It automatically becomes a situationship. And men, don't think I was letting y'all get off the hook. This is where you guys are wrong. Because even though that you know that you have no desires of wanting to be in a relationship with this female, instead you guys just cut it off right there. It's almost like it feeds the ego of the man. Because then the males, they tend to use your feelings for them to their advantage. Many of them take advantage of the fact that you do like them. Many males take advantage of the situation that, hey, she does want to be in a relationship with me, even though she know I don't like her like that. Because sometimes some men will let you know, I don't like you like that. You my girl or anything and everything else. You my home girl or whatever. But I don't like you like that. But being the delusional females that many of us are sometimes, we take it as a challenge and we make ourselves become available, sometimes too available to these male friends. And honestly, can you fault them? Can you fault them? Because the more you are willing to give, the more they are willing to take. The more you are willing to give, the more they are willing to take. Because if you're not taking yourself seriously, they're not going to take yourself too seriously. So oftentimes, we're being placed in the friend zone. Sometimes knowingly, sometimes unknowingly. And we take it as a challenge. And we try to do these things to make these men change their minds, to make these men see you in a different light. But the reality of it is, even though they may care for you to an extent, because you are not the female, because you are not the person, this goes for both male and females, even though you are not the person that they want to be in a relationship with, sometimes they will give the illusion of being in a relationship with you. Because now it's like it's feeding their ego, they're benefiting. You become a placeholder in a sense. You become a placeholder in a sense, whereas even though I don't like her romantically, but she's comfortable, she's familiar, I trust her. When there's nobody else for me to have sex with, she's there, she's around, she's ready, she's willing, And the thing is, women, ladies, when we are not the female that these men desire to be in a relationship with, when these men have taken us and placed us in the friend zone, and when this friend zoning turns into a situationship, regardless of what you do or how you do it. You can do backflip on his dick. You can do cartwheels on his dick. You can be the throat master of the Gok Gok 3000. You can cook, you can clean, you can be supportive, you can show up, hold him down. But if you are not the female, if you are not the person that it is wanted from, it will never be appreciated, and you will forever remain in the friend zone. And you know what is crazy to me? You know what is crazy to me? I find this so funny because, you know, when guys will say good guys finish last, so do good girls. Good guys finish last, but all the hoes and the thoughts and the whoever, they're the ones getting wifed up, because the good girls go unnoticed. The good girls go unappreciated. The good girls get placed in the friend zone, the same way that the good guys get placed in the friend zone. But you know what's crazy? Men will dog walk a female, make you feel like crap for placing them in the friend zone, when they do the exact same thing. Because men will say, oh, you placed me, I was a good guy and I was trying to talk to you, I was trying to holler, but you were so busy running after the street thugs and the drug dealers and whatever the case is, but you didn't have time for me. You gonna wait until you ran through and have 5-6 babies, then all of a sudden now you want to come back to Jamal because you know Jamal like you, so now you want to give Jamal a chance after you've been ran through. Well, Ninja, you was community dick. While you was placing a good girl that was holding you down, that had your back, that was willing to go above and beyond for you, you took her and you placed her in a friend zone. Also, while you was busy running the streets, playing the fields, being community dick, you want to wait until you're bald, until you have a dad bod. You want to wait until your gut is hanging over your pants. You want to wait till no other female wants you, when you could barely get the D up to say you want to come back to the good girl that was pining over you. And you use her feelings for you against her. So you see how it can go both ways? Both men and women place each other in the friend zone. It's just when men place women in the friend zone, it is more drastic. It is more drastic and it's more devastating. Because again, whether these men like you romantically or just strictly on a friendship level, if you are willing to offer them some coochie, they're going to take it. They are not going to decline. They are not going to say, well, oh, you my friend or whatever the case is, I can't do you. You, listen, you offer these ninjas some coochie, they're going to take it. And when men place women in the friend zone, the men give the illusion of being in a relationship. But ladies, until a conversation is had, I don't care how much you may like this ninja, even though you are a willing participant in a situationship, unless a conversation has been had between you and your male friend about possibly evolving from this situationship into being in an actual committed relationship where he is willingly, wholeheartedly wanting to claim you privately and especially publicly, please do not assume that you are in a relationship with these men. Because oftentimes, when they place us in the friend zone, many times unknowingly, and they give us the illusion of being in a relationship with us, when they decide that they are ready to be in a relationship and you find out they are dating somebody else, our feelings get hurt. Our feelings get hurt, and then we're upset, and then we're angry, and we think that he cheated on us. The whole time he was single. The whole time he was never in a relationship with you, but you was in a relationship with him. The whole time you was in the friend zone. The whole time you was in the friend zone. The whole time that ninja friend zoned you. And if you stop and think about it, there were signs that you were in the friend zone. If you stop and think about it, there were probably instances where you guys were having a conversation or a discussion and, little hints were dropped where he was trying to tell you, not so bluntly to hurt your feelings, but, mincing his words to let you know that you are simply his friend. That you are simply his friends with benefit. That you are simply his fuck buddy. And nothing more and nothing less. But sometimes, even when these men are vocal about placing women in the friend zone, we tend to delude ourselves. Once again, I say, because we seem to think that I'm going to change his mind. I'm going to make him want me. I'm going to make him love me. But if he never saw you as a potential mate, if he never looked at you with any romantic intent, you are just wasting your time. Because when we place these men, ladies, when we place these men in the friend zone, they go above and beyond to show us they are decent men, that they are good men. They go out of their way to do everything possible to help us realize that they are the ones that we should be with, and we're not even trying to look their way. We're not even trying to give them the time or our attention. And it's the very same thing that the man does. He's not trying to look your way. He's not trying to give you that kind of energy or that kind of attention. But again, I say, if you're willing to give him some coochie, he's going to take it, and he will have no issues sleeping with you. But just because he's sleeping with you doesn't mean that he wants to be in a relationship with you. It just simply means you're easy access. It simply means that you are a placeholder until the person that he does want to be in a relationship with come along, and then he cut all the ties. Then all of a sudden you are no longer his friend, because all of his effort and energy is going to be placed towards the female that he wants to be in a relationship with. You understand? So it's just a little food for thought. It's just a little food for thought that I just wanted to share with you guys. So, hopefully, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, and you want to help my podcast to grow, please like and subscribe to my podcast. And you can leave reviews and you can leave comments on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And also, you can share with your family and friends, and you can follow me, True Reflections Cheyenne Angels, on IG at Cheyenne Angel 261. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you guys so much for listening. And until next time, stay true to yourself. Love you.